Murfreesboro police officer and SRO Cole Glass was on a bike patrol when he noticed a child struggling with a broken bike chain. The boy, visibly frustrated, told Glass the chain came off. Without hesitation, Glass knelt and fixed it. The moment became a small but powerful reminder of the heart behind the badge. Murfreesboro police officer Cole Glass's response exemplifies the kind of everyday heroism that often goes unnoticed. A willingness to pause, engage, and uplift a neighbor in need.
When you see a firefighter, police officer, paramedic, or telecommunicator going the extra mile, let WGNS know, and we at Demas's Restaurant will salute them as the emergency responder of the week.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. We're the Good Neighbor Network. FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro. FM 100.5 Smyrna. Audio and video streaming at WGNSradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Bryan Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues here from News Radio, WGNS. Can you feel it? Christmas getting closer. Sure is. A week from today. Got all that shopping done. I hastily wrapped a few Christmas gifts last night. We're doing our Christmas with the family just a bit early. Everybody's schedule is so busy. Well, that happens when you've got grown kids. But looking forward to getting together with everybody over the holidays, and hope you're planning to do the same. We've got a lot to get to this morning here from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. That is, Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, Santa's on the way, and MTE is making sure that every porch light and Christmas tree shines for the big night a week away. Cozy homes, happy hearts, and good energy from Middle Tennessee Electric. Got some weather today we're going to spend a little time talking about because, you know, it could get interesting. Well, we're under a general thunderstorm risk. We're going to see some storms, heavy rain, some gusty winds. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. We're going to say a very, very good morning today to Jonathan Harmon, our good neighbor of the day, for being community-minded and helping out where needed. Jonathan Harmon is going to receive flowers from Jenny Harrison and our friends at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts on South Academy and WGNS Radio. So Jonathan, he's just a man about town and does so much here to help folks in our community. Today's SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day. This recognition is built by SRM, locally grown, nationally known, and honoring those who make a difference here in our community.
From driveways to highways, SRM Concrete has the right mix, on time, every time. Locally grown, nationally known, family owned and operated. SRM is the name you trust. SRM Concrete, you call, we haul.
Want to say congratulations as well to, once again, Jonathan Harmon, our SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day. You can send in a good neighbor by texting the word neighbor to 615-893-1450. 615-893-1450. You text the word neighbor, and then you'll get a reply back from us. Just tap on the link that's sent to you, and it'll ask you all the questions you need to answer to make someone the good neighbor of the day. It's going to take you 2 minutes tops. Okay? Even there on your phone, and, you know, get the thumbs going. WGNSradio.com/good neighbor also gets it to us here at WGNS.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
A peek outside of the downtown area. This is the square looking toward the north and west. Now we're going to take a peek to the north and east. I said north and west on the other one. I don't know what I said. Anyway, this is looking at the wet streets here in downtown Murfreesboro. And we do have a little bit of weather to talk about today. It's going to be a rainy day and a windy day. We'll break it all down for you here.
For this afternoon, Bryan, we'll have rainy and breezy conditions with high temperatures climbing up into the lower 60s. With south winds increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour. For tonight, rain still likely this evening, a thunderstorm also possible. Then we'll dry things out overnight and trend colder with lows in the lower 30s. For Friday, a cooler day in store despite ample sunshine returning, a high of only 45. We improve to the upper 50s Saturday. I'm meteorologist Michael Caro.
Thanks, Michael. And this is our Rutherford Weather Radar, pretty powerful tool we have here in the arsenal. And it would help if you could see it, right? I'm not sure why it is doing this to me today here on Big G TV, wherever you might be looking. There we go. Here is a look at, this is 7 o'clock. And this is taking a look at what our projected wind gust could be. This is showing 53 miles an hour. Okay, so we could have gusty winds. And as the front comes through, that's that darker purple there. We're going to have some storms with that, and it's going to bring with it some gusty winds in front of that. Again, 40, 50 mile an hour winds are not going to be out of the question. And in terms of what the radar might look like, well, let's put it into motion here and give you a good look at that. And we'll talk about it here too, of course, for those who are not watching on Big G TV. We're going to have scattered showers, maybe even a rumble or two of thunder coming up here through the early afternoon, then maybe a small break, and then by 6 o'clock we have storms approaching the I-65 corridor. They look pretty angry, but we really don't have the severe weather ingredients, and I think this may be just a tad overdone as well. But by 7 o'clock we see showers and storms in the area, and that line approaching from the west, that would be the cold front as it comes through. We're going to be in the 60s today. It's going to drop us to the 40s. And then by 8 o'clock, that front is in and through the area, left with a few showers and maybe a rumble or two of thunder. And then things are out of here and clearing off for tomorrow. But again, today is one of those days just to kind of keep an eye to the weather. And just know that by this evening, especially, but it's going to be after drive time that we see the greatest impacts, it does look like, because by 5 o'clock, those storms are still in western Middle Tennessee, but going to be very windy. So all of those outside lawn ornaments that you might have that could blow around, you might want to bring Frosty in for at least the day. And but it's going to be a nice front that comes through. I say nice. It's going to give us some rain, and we don't get much rain this time of the year. And going to kind of warm our temperatures after a brief cool down. So 40s tomorrow, 50s on Saturday, 60s by Sunday. And hey, by the way, looking ahead to Christmas, if you want to know what the Christmas day forecast is going to be, it's interesting. After that cold snap we had last Sunday, Christmas Day, clouds 65 degrees. Yep. It's 55 right now here at our downtown studios, and here is a look at the Rutherford Weather Radar live right now. Got showers moving in to the area and some heavier returns coming in out west, but there is no lightning showing up with this, so I think we're in good shape. So be sure to check out the Rutherford Weather Channel during impactful and severe weather. We keep you updated. No hype. I mean, we're just here to give you the information. We're not here to say, oh, you've got to, do this and that and et cetera. You'll know when it's kind of serious when we do give you several days heads up and things. We've been watching this system. It just does not have the severe weather ingredients that we need for everything to kind of go nuts. So that is a good deal. RutherfordWX.com, and like, subscribe, and get on those social platforms. YouTube, very active there. Facebook and X as well.
Don't throw away old flags. WGNS retires old glory with respect. Bring those tattered Bibles here too. We're more than talk.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Well, stocks rising on cooler than expected inflation data and strong Micron earnings. The Dow up right now 438 points at 48,324. S&P ahead 90, 68.12. And the NASDAQ is up 438 points as well, 23,132.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Merry Christmas from all of us at News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Well, we're going to take a pause here for the world news. It's brought to you by our friends at Recycle Right Tennessee. And then we've got a sports check for you. We've got a busy end of the week and into the weekend before Christmas. So we're going to tell you all about that when we come back here. News from CBS right now.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by CVS Health.
I'm Steve Kathan. Polls indicate more than 60% of voters consider the U.S. economy to be in bad shape. The day after President Trump touted his economic record in a primetime speech, there's word inflation eased a bit last month. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
You know, the Fed's 2% target, we're still above it, but it came in at 2.7%. We were all expecting it to hit 3.1%. So this is a very welcome drop. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that prices are falling across the board. It just means that they're rising at a slightly slower rate.
CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett on Trump's take on the economy.
He knows, because he can read polling data as well as anyone. He may disregard it. He may call it fake polling data, but he knows what the polling data is. The American public across the spectrum, even among Trump supporters, are not feeling bullish about the economy, and nearly as bullish as the president sounded last night. And independents and Democrats much more critical of the president.
Well, like last-minute holiday shoppers, members of Congress are scrambling on health care. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns says House Republicans passed their own proposal last night.
It does not extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies set to expire at the end of the year. That exclusion spurred a revolt from 4 Republican lawmakers representing battleground districts who joined a Democratic-led effort to force a vote on the issue to the House floor. The proposal would continue the Obamacare tax credits for another 3 years, something Republican leadership opposes.
Now to Boston, where Brian Walsh was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole this morning. Earlier this week, he was convicted of murdering his wife. Her body has never been found. For the second time in a month, a child has been killed by a school bus in Maine. CBS's Michael Wallace.
In the latest incident in Standish Tuesday morning, 5-year-old Simon Gonzalez was hit by his bus as he was about to get on it. His grandfather, Jason Small, says Simon loved going to school.
And he was just excited to be on a bus. What he loved the most took him away from us.
Small says he's not angry with the driver, but says school buses need to be made safer.
A Chicagoan who says he loves New York pizza has been picked by Pope Leo to be the next Archbishop of New York. 58-year-old Bishop Ronald Hicks.
I would like to simply begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to Pope Leo XIV for this appointment.
Hicks says he's a Cubs fan who will now root for New York teams. Pope Leo is a White Sox fan. Checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 425 points. The S&P is up 86. NASDAQ up more than 400. This is CBS News.
Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit RecycleRightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin, it's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to RecycleRightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
Do your sinus infections always seem to come back no matter what you do? The pressure builds, the headaches drag on, the congestion makes it hard to sleep, hard to focus, hard to feel like yourself. Here's what most people don't actually know. Sinus infections keep coming back because your sinuses can't fully drain. That's why the pressure, the headaches, and the congestion keep coming back time and time again. Balloon sinuplasty gently opens your sinuses in a quick, in-office procedure so the infections can finally clear. At Murfreesboro Sinus Center, they've helped thousands of patients break free from the sinus infection cycle so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and finally feel like yourself again. Don't wait another season fighting sinus pain. Call Murfreesboro Sinus Center today at 615-649-4590 to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Call 615-649-4590. That's 615-649-4590.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, Kamari Lands was a highly touted prospect coming out of high school, starting his career at Louisville before moving to Arizona State. While the development was slow, it's Middle Tennessee that has reaped the benefits of Lands' growth, culminating last night for the senior with a career-high 24 points and 9 rebounds in the Raiders' 68-67 win over Kennesaw State to open up Conference USA play. They were able to work their way through the line early, sinking 8 of their first 10 free throw attempts to jump out to an early 17-11 lead. Then in the second half, here comes a roaring Kennesaw State and actually win the second half 36-28, but the Raiders built up a 9-point lead in the first half and were able to hold on to win it 68-67. The next game for the Raiders is at home on Sunday versus Cumberland. Then on the 29th, that is a Monday, they travel to Houston before January, opening up Conference USA, or not opening up, their second Conference USA game as they travel to UTEP. Now, for the Lady Raiders, they're in action at Wichita State on Saturday, and then on the 2nd, which is a Friday, they are at Kennesaw State as they open up conference play. Tonight on WGNS, we finish up 2025 with high school basketball. And the prep side, Oakland versus Beach. That's right after Primetime Sports, the last show with Clark Blair, Rod Edwards, and the gang. They'll be on tonight. That's the last show. We go from the start of high school in August through the first semester, and that's going to wrap it up tonight on Primetime Sports. So looking forward to hearing those guys, and John and I will have the Oakland Beach game for you. That'll be the last high school game until after the first of the year. Same for the Coaches Show on Saturday morning. The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner is on the air here from WGNS on Saturday morning beginning at 9 o'clock. It's Boys Basketball Week and MTCS Cougar Corner at 11:15. And that will wrap us for a couple of weeks until 2026. More local sports at WGNSSports.com. I'm Bryan Barrett.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Are you looking for the perfect blend of city conveniences and country charm? The Maples has it all and features homes from 5 quality local builders and has amenities including a pool, tennis and pickleball courts, basketball, and soccer areas. Schedule a tour with Maples Realty and Auction today. Call us at 615-896-4740 or visit themaplesofmurfreesboro.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Carlin Cochran. A 16-year-old is facing multiple charges, including attempted homicide after a road rage shooting outside a Midtown Nashville hotel. Police say a valet was shot in the leg during a brief argument outside the Virgin Hotel December 5th. Investigators linked the suspect's car to a separate theft, leading to his arrest. The teen is now charged in juvenile court with several gun-related offenses. Nashville transportation officials say they are working to repair dozens of bridges across the city. NDOT maintains more than 400 bridges and underpasses countywide, and more than 25 projects selected for work this year. Crews are wrapping up repairs on the Craighead Street Bridge near Geodis Park and continuing major structural upgrades on the Great Circle Road Bridge. Residents are encouraged to report bridge concerns through Hub Nashville. More news in 30 seconds.
Looking for great deals on name brand clothing, furniture, and more? Visit the Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street across from the tall downtown NHC building in Murfreesboro. Our competitive prices and quality selection make it easy to find exactly what you need. And here's the best part, 100% of your purchase supports Greenhouse Ministries, helping over 70 families a day. When you shop at the Garden Patch, you're not just getting a deal, you're making a difference. The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street in Murfreesboro.
A Lenore City teenager's life changed forever after a 2017 accident left Michael Edmonds quadriplegic and nonverbal. This Christmas, a simple Facebook post asking for cards has brought unexpected joy. More than 500 cards from across the country now fill his home, giving Michael a powerful connection to the outside world and lifting his holiday spirits. Carlin Cochran, Access Tennessee News.
We're loud, we're proud, we're blue. WGNS AM and FM, your home for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com, the Good Neighbor Network.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
Merry Christmas from all of us at News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Bryan Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
We're back here on Rutherford Issues, and we're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, the kids waiting on Santa, just a week away, kids. The house is wrapped in lights. MTE keeps those Christmas memories glowing year after year. Happy holidays from your friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. Well, we get to talk with our friends from Journey Home today. Liz Couser is here, and let's see, the Director of Development and Marketing. Did I get it?
Yes.
Close? Okay. And you brought with you the Director of Operations, Billy Truesdell. Billy, good morning.
Good morning.
Pull that mic up real close there to you. When it gets uncomfortable, it's close enough, I guess. So, Liz, big things. 2025 has been a big year for Journey Home.
Oh, it sure has. It sure has. We have moved into our new building and have got settled in and starting to expand some programs that we have and add some new programs.
Well, awesome. You'll have to tell me what that's like moving into a new building. Maybe Maybe we get to experience that. Experience that one day. Billy, Director of Operations for how long?
About 3 months now.
3 months.
Yes, sir.
So did you get to experience the transition?
I did. I've
Okay.
actually been with the Journey Home since about 2020 during COVID. Left and went to the VA. God called me home in September of this year and got to be there for the opening of the new building.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
It's awesome.
Yeah. And when you have a vest like that, I mean, my goodness, you're out touting. You know how to do that marketing thing too.
We do.
So you were here today, Liz, and we're going to kind of share some information about the Journey Home and really what's going on here in Rutherford County. You've got some numbers that I think will be very interesting to our listeners.
Yes, I do. One thing I wanted to just bring people's attention to is the number of families that are experiencing homelessness. And speaking with the school systems in Rutherford and Murfreesboro, there are about 2,800 students experiencing homelessness in the school system. So if you think about that and think about them having siblings who are not enrolled in school and, of course, parents, you can kind of get a feel for what the number of people are that are families in this area.
Yeah. Now, homelessness, that's a different maybe description than the person listening may think. It's not necessarily the person on the side of the street with the sign, okay? So
that's exactly right. That when people see people on the side of the street, that is what we call, and the U.S. government refers to them the same way as our chronically homeless people. But that is not the full picture on homelessness. We have a lot of families and we have a lot of senior citizens.
Mm-hmm. That's so sad. And the kids in the school system not knowing, where their next meal is going to come from necessarily. And, and there's some funding cuts. We've been talking about it on the air with Atlas and things like that. So got some real critical times coming up. But 2,800 students in the school system. How does this affect people in our community overall?
So, when you think about families, the trauma that the children experience doesn't go away. United Way even recognizes the adverse childhood experiences that children, and they carry that with them their entire lives. So if we can stabilize those families quickly, then they are going to be able to move beyond where they are now, and the children will go on to do great things. If we don't do that, then what we are essentially doing is growing our homeless population, because we're not helping that next generation get over the hump.
Which then, unfortunately, for, let's say, our jail system, sometimes those folks, Billy, are kind of in and out of our penal system, if you will, and it's just kind of a cycle that is hard to break there. But it's a costly one for us taxpayers too.
It is. It's you brought up a good word there. I was thinking while Liz was talking, one of our key goals is to break the cycle. We like to think of ourselves as being a key piece to that. But when you talk about incarceration, our chronically homeless are out there trying to survive. And they often do things that break the law, that end up putting them incarcerated. The impact it has on the jail, on our county jail here in Rutherford County, I believe the number's $64 a day to house an inmate at our jail. I don't recall the total number, the total impact. On people that are incarcerated that list themselves as homeless or list the Journey Home as their address, the number's quite staggering. I believe the number was like $300,000 a year that it costs county taxpayers.
Wow.
A month.
A month? Wow. So $300,000 a month for those, and unfortunately we're looking at having to build a new jail because the one we have now, and that's going to be millions upon millions of dollars there.
It is. It's just a vicious cycle, and we're trying to help break that cycle. We're partnering with other agencies, Murfreesboro Police Department, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department, Tennessee Highway Patrol. We're currently working a program with TDOC, supplying them with meals for folks in the reintegration program, reporting to the Day Work Center. We supply them with breakfast and lunch, doing anything we can to help break the cycle.
Well, there's that cycle, and we've got Liz Couser and also Billy Truesdell with the Journey Home joining us today. LoveGodServePeople.org is the website, and kind of build upon this, and whoever wants to talk about that. But we have so many organizations here in our community, and working with all of those in tandem for healthcare, for food, all of those things. I mean, it becomes necessary, and sometimes people just don't know where to go and how to get all of that.
That's right. The Journey Home, and Billy touched on this, we want to provide what people need to stabilize their lives and go on to live sustainably. So that could be our community cafe. We serve 2 meals a day, 7 days a week. And last year we served 55,000 meals. And some other numbers, our wellness clinic, we are working on expanding that right now. It started as a result of COVID with some volunteers who were nurses checking people's temperatures when we had the tents outside of the businesses. And what they saw was a lot of health conditions that could be taken care of in a wellness clinic setting before it landed people in the hospital, in the emergency room, and then stays in the hospital. And as we know, Billy was talking about the taxpayer costs for incarcerating people. This is another taxpayer cost when people are in the hospital, and that happens all the time. And so our wellness clinic, what's exciting about that is Ascension St. Thomas just awarded us a 2-year grant to expand our services in that wellness clinic. So they are a great partner of the Journey Homes and realize the importance of supporting us in the wellness clinic. One of our clients who is diabetic was living outside and had his diabetic he was diabetic and had his medicine, but it was not staying refrigerated. And so even though he was taking his medicine, he was winding up in the hospital at the emergency room almost weekly. And then on top of that, a hospital stay.
Oh, wow.
And we, it was a mystery. Why is this happening? He's got the medicine, and we realized he wasn't refrigerating it. So we had a generous donor come forward, and they are paying his rent, his monthly rent, and he is now in housing. And guess how many times he's been to the emergency room?
I would guess 0.
0.
That's all part of the wraparound services that we're trying to hit every part of every person's life that we touch. Of course, we start with faith, and then we look at the economic stability, the housing, and the health are the key pieces. And if you take away any of those 3 key pieces, you've got a 3-legged stool with 2 legs. And the person falls. And that's the big goal with our new facility, is to all-encompassing. Our health unit, I'd like to kick on this a little bit, if you don't mind, Liz. It's not just the healthcare piece. We also have some great mental health providers that are partnering with us at Volunteer Behavioral Health and other agencies around town, and they're weekly. They're there 2 days a week right now. The VA is also sending over social workers once a week. So we're opening the doors and trying to touch people, just not physically but mentally as well, because that's a key part of it.
It is. You see that just maybe even walking down the downtown streets, you see that's part of the issue.
I'd like to add too, Brian, if you don't mind, we just had a great pharmacist here in town that's volunteering his services. Gives us low-cost prescriptions for our clients, delivering them to our facility, so we're not having to spend time to go to the pharmacy to get them, which keeps us away from doing our jobs. And we're able, we talk about incarcerating people. I've seen it myself many times, is folks will go to jail. They'll spend some time there. They'll get on their medications. They'll get healthy. They come out. They're given a week's worth of prescription when they get out. And then after a week, it's gone, and they're right back to where they were. So we're looking at ways to try and defeat that and help with that problem. And you talked about the other nonprofits in town. We have some great community partners that we work with every day. And it's been, having left Rutherford County and come back after several years of being gone, how giving this wonderful community is.
Yeah. It's something that we think about a lot this time of the year, but not here in Rutherford County. I mean, it's every day of every week, it seems. Joining us here from the Journey Home, Liz Couser and Billy Truesdell. I want to go back to the housing component of that because, this time of the year, it's cold. We saw one of the coldest days this last Sunday, and I could not imagine. I was at the Christmas parade for 4 hours, and so I could not imagine having to survive and live in that. I've got my adult kids now. They have moved from being renters to now owning their first home, which is a cool thing. But when they told me how much rent was, I mean, you're talking anywhere $1,600. That's probably on the low end now, even for a duplex was like $2,200 a month.
It's staggering. I'm shocked by rental prices.
I know.
And, that really brings up another one of our clients, Sarah, who was relocated here from Chicago for a job. She was a college grad. She's a college grad, has 2 young children, and the company paid to relocate her. And she wound up, getting her apartment and working, and then the company closed. And so while she was looking for a new job, she experienced eviction and was staying with one of her best friends and one of her sisters with her 2 children, not really knowing what to do. And then she finally landed a new job where she could sustain herself, but then she couldn't get back into housing because she had that eviction on her record. And so she came to the Journey Home, and the Journey Home helped negotiate that and stand by her in an apartment complex, giving her a chance so she could have some permanent housing.
Yeah.
But,
sometimes it just takes a helping hand.
Yes, and people think that homeless people are different. They're not. I would say 40% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and they are all at risk of something like that happening.
I just think, Billy, that it comes down to a misconception of what is homelessness.
Absolutely it does.
I mean,
I had that for a long time.
Yeah, I think we all do, unless you are in it, you know.
Absolutely. At a period in my life, I was living on hay bales, so I kind of understand it. And it's not necessary. No one, and I mean no one, asked to be homeless.
Right.
It's not a choice. We make decisions that lead us there. Liz talked about a word that's very difficult, and it's called help. It's hard, especially as an adult who's had things, to ask for help and receive help.
Especially us men, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm serious.
But through some therapy, I learned that I needed to ask for that.
Understand.
But you brought up a great topic, if you don't mind me jumping on. You talked about these cold nights last Sunday night. Oh, man, was that a brutal one. One of the one of the awesome programs we run at the Journey Home, how I got involved was through the Coldest Nights program.
Oh, okay.
The Coldest Nights is housed right here at First Baptist Church, right around the corner.
Yeah.
And at St. Paul's Episcopal Church, the women are housed over there. And just to let the community know, we're open any night between November 15th and March 15th that the temperature is 32 degrees or below. Got to be 32 or below, or there's some extremely inclement weather, like some severe rain or a lot of snow coming, hail, things like that, and we're borderline that temperature. We're going to open, get people safe.
Yeah, and that's been community partnership.
Absolutely.
I mean, at its best, really.
Yeah. First Baptist, St. Paul's Episcopal. We partner with Murfreesboro Coal Patrol to run this and staff this. I'll let you know, Brian, it cost us about $700 a night to run that place. Last year, I believe the number was we were open 35 nights last year. So do the math on that. That's about $25,000, and it cost us several thousand more than that to operate it because all the supplies that go with it. Portion of that's covered by grants, but the rest is through kind donations to this community.
Mm-hmm. And when you say cost, what are some of the things that cost?
We have staff. We actually hire employees at the Journey Home, seasonal staff, to work the required shifts to ensure that we have people there every day that have been trained. They're not case managers. They're, I like to call, quasi-security guards. They're just there to check people in, make sure people are safe, make sure their needs are met, make sure the rules are followed.
I just looked at the clock and it's like, wow, got a minute or so. Who wants to kind of wrap us up here and let us, if there's anything else you wanted to bring up, Liz or Billy?
Well, you know, people always want to know how they can help.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, give your time, talent, or treasure. Your time, we have about 1,000 volunteers that volunteer for the Journey Home annually. And right now we are in the middle of our annual appeal at the year end, and that's our most important fundraising time of the year. And then, you know, or they might have a talent that they can give us. We need skilled volunteers that really know how to do things. You might be a nurse and be able to volunteer in our wellness clinic. You may be an expert at database management or some other thing. And so, you know, all those things are things that we encourage people to get involved with us on.
And if you are just now coming to this area, new to the area, you may not know about Journey Home. LoveGodServePeople.org is the website. You can find out a lot about the work that goes on here at Journey Home. I appreciate you both coming in. I think 2026 is going to be a great year, and we want to continue to offer the airwaves for you to come on and talk about Journey Home anytime.
Well, thank you, and we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
yes.
And it'll be here before we know it. Thanks to our friends from Journey Home today coming in, the Director of Development and Marketing, Liz Couser, here, as well as the Director of Operations, Billy Truesdell. And thank you for listening in here to Rutherford Issues on WGNS. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.